You want me right. You want me right. I'm not gonna let you take away how I feel for you.
You're probably wondering how I got into this situation. Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. So today is a Thursday, guys. It's been a very messy day vlog, and for 3 days. Can you believe it? So my hair is messy. I'm gonna go do my hair today, and perhaps for the 2nd of August. So I'm quickly collecting a parcel by Postnet, and I have to take a delivery by Take-A-Lot. Super excited. There's nothing that literally makes your day like a parcel being delivered. Okay, so the parcel that I'm collecting at Postnet is a collaboration with Light SA. I'll correct it if I'm wrong. So basically, they gotta get guys, you know how expensive candles are. Yo, I don't think I like this ring though. I don't think I like this ring. I like the black one and the stud. I feel like it does not look nice on me, but anyways, I had to do what I had to do. You saw how my nail tech had to quickly become a doctor and a piercist. But anyways, I'm collecting that. Guys, we all know, and their candles last up to 12 hours, which is amazing. And they also sent incense and all of that. So I'm so excited. I really can't wait to see it. You know what was funny? In the morning when I was telling my niece about it, she's like, Baba, we influencer, ne? Okay. But anyways, guys, we are healing. Days are becoming warmer, which is a plus on my side, because honestly, if you've been in an injury, in an accident, when it's cold, shucks, you were shitting bricks. I'm sorry for the foul language. That's not me, but it's a problem. And yeah, man, I'm just so grateful for life, because somebody woke up today or wherever we go. So you really need to be grateful for maemo a pala, or maemo ke maemo e seng maemo a wa batlang. So lanka o santse o phela, there's another chance to try and do better and be better. Let's go get it. And later on, I'm meeting up with a friend. I like her. She's a cool girl. She's cool peeps. Oh my god. Oh, I thought it's not open. I was like, what the hell? Not us coming this far. So yeah, Gamo, this thing is also trying to heal, because I woke up and then the silicone that I had on was next to me. I tried to put it on. I don't know how long it had. You remember the situation that I had when I was going to Durban? That was the whole thing. So I feel like every time when it's healing, and it is so healed and perfect, when it's healing, something has to come and just disrupt the healing process. So no, because of that thing. But I thought I was getting a thing in my body. What is that? A keloid. I was literally dying. Okay, so I just hope it heals, because it is so sore, guys. And now I'm gonna have to have this thing until it fully heals, because I can't keep changing, otherwise it's going to be irritated. You guys, what's all about piercing? Nose ring. It can't be. I really like the silicone, because wow. But anyways, let us go. Yo, so hi guys, so today is what day is it today? It's a Wednesday. I struggled until I got it right with my nose ring, thanks to my nail tech. I love the nails, guys. So today is another this is a maintenance week for me. Each and every day I have to do one item, because I'm not fully recovered. So my body really I get so uncomfortable. It gets so painful and stuff. So I decided that I'm not going to do things all at once like I'd usually do. So today I'm at Beauty and Bubbles. My appointment was at 10:30, but she's still busy. So you can see for yourself. Got a young drink. I'm not here for my lashes rather today. We are here for other things. I'm never really ready for waxing, guys. Waxing is the worst. But anyways, this is our team. So yeah, I shall definitely see you guys on the flip side. I'm loving this season of being a passenger seat princess. Modimo bona gore nka swa ke go tlhola ke drive-ile batho. Yaanong ke nna hela ke le mpopinyana wa passenger seat. I'm with my twin, guys. This is my twin. People always thought I did not have a twin. She's literally my twin, okay? Ke tla ke botsa papa ka kgang ya teng. Wait to get peswa kgaka ngwanaka. The signs will be there, definitely. Le sa fela pele, huh? Le sa fela pele. Kuri ke what? Guys, welcome to Us Mom's Salon. She's been my hairdresser for over 20 years. Also, guys, mar la bona concept mar la bona pattern. Chayilo bacha. Mako take it in a good. Ga ke a kgama ke spray sa spray so ke no wa go ntitisa. What's that video? Obvious. Ha ke kgone go tshwara ka mo ke cheesa ka mo. Ga go ira yang. Let's do Hi guys, today is the day of the event. I am so nervous. We had to change rooms because the room it was just doing its things. But anyways, it's mom.
Have you want? You want me right? You want me right? You want me right? I'm not gonna let you take away how I feel for you. Yeah.
Hey guys, I actually forgot to take the video, but I'm done. We're actually running late, but here's your girl. I can't wait. Thank you, Mom. Oh my gosh, guys, I'm getting beautiful messages. I don't want to cry. I get I said I'm not gonna cry. What
to others. Ke leboge Modimo for keeping me and saving me from dilo tse dintsi diragala mo maphelong mo botshelong ba me, ne? So I came up with this idea and we brainstormed and then it started back in 2021. The purpose and the aim of this event is to bring information to young girls mostly. Re ba rute ka dilo tse leng gore ba tsama ba kopana le tsone mo maphelong a bone. Re ba rute ka dilo tse leng gore ga bana monyetla or a platform to talk about them, a safe space for young girls so we can re dule re tlotle re tle re le bantle like re le bantle so today. We're not only pretty Mari, go empower le rona to assure you or to tell you that whatever that you're going through in life, how one, like o ska tshaba go bua le motho o mongwe or like nako tse
as break hanyana
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you.
I'm just gonna give you a quick bio of me. Or let's do 2 truth, 1 lie about me. Let's check if you guys know me. Okay. I don't want to make it too obvious, but okay, one.
And like successfully on this program. Next year, can a veteran yarona, can you talk about this program with somebody else? So without wasting any time, if we
I am very, very honored. I don't even know where to start. I just want to say, Mangi, thank you so much for giving me the opportunity. It could be you one day. And I am so happy to be
all of that. And we've got UTIs as well. And these we can also get from a toilet seat, honestly. So I'm a very sensitive person myself. I never go anywhere without, I don't like public toilets, but also we know holding in urine also causes UTIs as well. So everywhere you go, there's a spray that you can get from Discam or Clicks that is a seat spray. Like mama ari it's not it. So that at least it when it has alcohol inside, 70% then it so that it wipes the seat. You allow it to dry a bit and then you wipe the seat and then and then I think that also helps because the wipes if this alcohol because so that was just my add-on. And on the topic Mama also added on to what I wanted to say now go the food that we eat. And then my problem it starts with you can be clean as you want. There are people by but sometimes you find people by roll on for a certain duration of time, and then after that and then so there's antiperspirant for that. You know, fast we go, and then how it's strong. It's very strong. You get Pesplex. I don't know if I'm saying it right. It's 140 rands per clicks. It starts with sensitive skin, and then that's the green one, and then a blue, which is strong. So you'd rather start with the sensitive one where then you don't really need to apply in the morning. So it's very important to look into these things. It's not always because wala, but what you're consuming as well. It really adds a lot because there are a lot of processed food. So that was just my tips. You can get them in a really cute size, put them in your bag, and yeah, let's be cute. I'd like to say it takes a lot for somebody to come and stand here and talk about her life like that. Because we are living in a time where people use your weaknesses against you. And we don't even know who's a friend and who's not, who's a sister and what. I could relate to her journey because I was raised by a single parent who is my mother, who is a powerhouse. I pray to be half that woman. I pray to be half what my mother is. Because in terms of trouble, Helena and so I'm really happy that God was Seitoro Sahar. And I hope that everybody takes that with them to say, Modimo takes care of his own. And Modimo is very intentional about our lives. And the way she went about her life, she didn't go into drugs, substance abuse, and all her excuses are sob stories to say, And I really love the fact that we are here. And I think as Bazadi and as young mothers, we need to teach our kids because I think we like to, Bazadi bana this thing, and it creates this competitive spirit where you are always competing, you're always jealous of somebody because somebody was always compared to somebody. So I really hope as young mothers, because when I grew up, my mom told me, you must understand, I worked hard for it. You have to go work hard for the life you want. Don't go and boast your life. Understand that malapa ga lekane. Ikitse go tswang go teng le go yang go teng o itlhaloganye. Ga o tsena go bathong o ska batla go boniwa. So I think this is a very good space, and ke a kgola le oskai gore if let's say itsele bathong ha ke itse, because now we are living in a very competitive space. YouTube, social media, people would go and rent a place to say I'm a rich kid. So we should learn from Majamine gore o ska itshwabela go tswang go teng, and Modimo is very intentional. From there on, your faith shall carry you through. Ke a leboga. But ke tla rata gore re bule ka sefela. Ke ngaka mme ke ngaka e rapelang. Ke dumela gore sengwe le sengwe se simolola go Modimo. And Modimo o na le solution ya sengwe le sengwe. That is why we have healers, that is why we have priests, that is why we have nuns, bishops, baporohiti, yalo le yalo. So, ke kopa re bule fela ka sefela. Now that I'm the one who's supposed to be talking. It's easy to add on to what people say, but when people have to hear what you have to say, is another thing. Ke lebogela tšhono le sebaka sa gore be ke lefa. Ke nna Kaone Nkosi. Kaone Modimo mfu. My name was a prophecy. My parents could not conceive for a long time. That is why the age gap between my sister and I is 15 years. So my mom stood, ka tshepo le thapelo, gore ngwana o tla nna teng, re tsena kereke ya mowa, which is Postola. Mongwanna le toro to tell my mom that ke golorile o le mo mmeleng, mme o na le ngwana ngwanyana ha tsalwa leina la gagwe ke Kaone. That is how I came to be. Because I believe that God had a higher purpose. That is why it was a struggle for me to land. Hadi lenda no tshwantse go utla galeseng. Ba re mosadi wa mo ba irile go tsena motho nana le matla. Le nagala tsikinyega. Go bontsha gore there was power. Something needs to happen for something to happen. Jwale, if you understand spirituality, you'll understand that everything is spiritual. You being here, ke ka lebaka. You seeing me here, ke ka lebaka. Someone maybe always wanted to come and consult us. Next thing, so, I am the voice behind the podcast, Leto the Journey, and the YouTube channel. It's a space for raw healing, cultural remembrance, and spiritual truth. But what you might not know is that the journey wasn't always easy. and clear. It wasn't always light. It started with confusion, pain, deep questioning, and that is why I'm here, to share my story on how African spirituality found me and how I've grown through it and it shaped my voice as a healer. Well, there will always be signs, and if you have a calling, it will always call you. Like Mama had said, there were signs that she had to be the helper. Modimo had received untested material. O tlhoka go testiwa just like a diamond. Before you go through the pain. So that is what happened. We need to understand that spirituality does not only go about go nna ngaka. Spirituality ke go nna motho o e leng gore o morapedi. You believe into a higher power. Spirituality is you believing gore modimo teng. Also, because a lot of people would say, why would you say modimo? Why would you say modimo teng ka ha o dirisa bongaka? And how do you know that your gift is connected to God? I answered by saying, ha ke tshwara motho a fola, and that means God is in the midst. So ha ke tlogela motho better than the way I found them, then I understand that my job is done. Bampitsa Gobela ma 2K.
Yeah, sure.
Yes. The reason behind that was that I have a lot of initiates that I am. And I've come to understand that it's because I started my journey young. I started my process at the age of 15. It was not easy because being a healer then was not like now, whereby people are just coming out. If you are real or not, and some people are using it as a way to get money and extort things from people and do very bad things to people and give people false hope. And obviously everything started and feeling like a deja vu. And then after dreaming about them, these things would happen. It was a challenge to my mom because they put a I did not have a choice. I was not given a choice. I started being very sick. I was in and out of hospital. You name it. To a point that I stopped even attending school on certain times because every time I go to school, I said things that were happening and so my mom was like, okay, because the only way for you to do this is to accept your calling. Now, before I go further, this thing I suffered a lot because there is this stigma around bongaka that is always said the bad and the good side of being a priest, the good and the bad side of being people said. So I think we really need to take our time and understand these things, because then we were labeled and all of that. It was very painful because it was not a path that I chose for myself. But when I took the journey, ever since. And life was very hard. One thing about people that are gifted, if there is they can tell you that your life but it happens for everyone. And called to do right. It is not easy. Because even though you have to go through challenges that people would believe because you are still standing because of your faith. So there's no way that Modimo is an empty vessel or somebody who's accepted defeat. So I don't really want to dwell much into the journey because it's going to be very long. Now I'm going to start about talking why did I start the podcast and the YouTube channel. That was a platform for me to teach people about African spirituality, that you can still be beautiful and be called to be a gobela, a healer. You can still be beautiful with your beads. You can still rock that heel. Yes, this is me. I'm even special because I can tell you your problems from my head. So a lot of people see it as something you need to shy away from because I wanted to change the narrative, and that was also a calling because that I needed to do to show people that there is a good side of being a healer. And now if I were to touch sepela sa lefifi no ya ka ya go tsamaya because I'm a healer and I'm a protector. So if I were to engage into chemical engineering, then I know it's gonna be chai. So me standing here today, I'm not saying people are ringing. I'm talking about the journey itself and understanding that sometimes we are going through a lot and do what you need to do for you to survive. Like Mama had said, spirituality is very broad. There's Buddhism, there's African spirituality. You just need to take your time and understand it. Do not be doing things that you see on social media. That Mama said that as well. Social media, some people are engaging in things you are with spirits that you don't even know. Even when you take the journey, understand it and understand what you're doing and why you're doing it. Because now in you and now family. So now I want to tell people that it is not easy being a healer because obviously people judge. And spirituality, you need to understand, it's a connection you have with your true self. Others, nature, and the higher power. How nobody will. I mean, I for a very long time, this is my reality. And things were falling apart because I was always hiding myself. No, they can't know that I'm a healer. And having to come back from studying abroad to come and answer my calling of being a trainer, I was like, and then live my life. But we get to understand that everybody here has a purpose. And until you fulfill that and align with that, nothing will go accordingly. Even if you run away from it, if it's your calling, it will keep calling you. Be it and some people are in the wrong career paths, but this is what I love, but it's not your purpose. So spirituality is about healing and aligning with what gives you peace, power, and truth. For you, it's the journey of becoming whole and helping others to do the same. So Tota, I do not know, and I don't want to confuse people and I just want to say, let us learn not to judge each other because we do not understand why people go through what they go through and what put people there. All you can see is the aftermath. You do not know the choices somebody had to go through that. Sometimes all you have to do, and then your life goes on. And not every calling, sometimes you're just born and that's that. If you dream of, also you are what you consume, like Mama has said. Some people, they sleep on lead, and obviously the mind stores. So we must understand that there's certain things and sometimes it's just our subconscious playing certain things. And you need to understand how rona le calling. Calling ya gago ke eng? What is your calling and what do you need to do with this calling and what is it about? Don't now go search and Google gore dibaga tse di black and white di ra gore powerful. Tomorrow you wake up you lo go reka dibaga and you're tapping into a space that you will not be able to handle. If you are called, you will be shown the place that you need to go. If o tlhoka go nna morapedi, you just o bereke ka se wa sho. If o bereke hela ka metsi, do what you need to do to survive and to be free from this mental prison that we are in. Ya gore batho ba tla reng. That time you are suffering, but because your friends ba buile gore nna ngaka, we've been judged for a long time and I don't think it's gonna stop now. But I just want people to understand that let's just not make this thing fashion. It's deeper than that. You need to tap into your inner being and understand what it is that you are doing. Because a lot of people are really quick on doing things because they think it's cool. And it's just you know, you just need to look nice and present who you are, but we need to be really true to ourselves. Because some people are just doing things because they just feel like it's cool. So in and stuff, and you have your price lists, you're selling salts, badimo and stuff. You know, so you need to be very careful because with spirituality sometimes there's black magic. When they are not aware of it. Consultation because you are being used. Also, you need to be also careful. Like I said, everything is spiritual. I have tattoos myself, but they have to have a meaning. Don't be taking things understand what it means. Next thing because you are being called by people you don't know. Because you've introduced yourself to a space that as well. So everything really is spiritual. So we need to understand that the moment we understand that everything is spiritual, our lives will make sense. And what may work for the next person may not work for you. When it does not work for you, let us respect each other's beliefs. It is not a religion. Let us just respect each other and we all have a purpose, and as long as we believe in a higher power, and in closing, this journey is not about perfection or performance. It's about remembering who we are, where we come from, and why our spirits chose this time to rise. You are not alone.
And when I speak to them directly, and I'm like, guys,
Rest in peace,
so I do not rest because my life cannot be in tatters.
That's right.
So whatever it is that you think ancestors are in your own head or badimo are in your own head, just think of it like this. My link to the world that I live in now is the people that came before me.
True.
So on my mother's side, my link is my grandmother. On my father's side, my link is I don't speak to anybody else before I speak to these people. Yes. Because these are the people that give me the champagnes, guys. Like,
hi, man.
You make the things happen. But the reality of it all is that we've been trained and we've been indoctrinated to believe that is not who we are as black people. I know I will go to my grandmother's grave any day and go sit there and cry.
That's
After
right.
I cry there, if you are the one that made me cry, you know what I know. You know, you do not want to know. I don't even need to say anything. I just sit there and I'm like, I'm hurt. I am hurt. And things will happen. So if you are going to look at badimo, or if we are going to disregard badimo barona, I'm going to disregard badimo so thank you.
The power of God, and with your practice, for lack of a better word, you also incorporate and acknowledge the supreme power that is God, right? And you are able to heal and able to touch lives through Him, right? So my question is rather, how then do you navigate? I don't know if it's because you spoke about the judgment, also how people judge you. So my question is, how then do you navigate? It went back to what Sis Portia spoke about, the mental health part of things, the judgment, number one, and setting, I don't know how to put this out, the difference between being confident in the fact that, yes, I'm a child of God, I believe in God, and this is my calling. I'm called for this, and I believe it, and this is my purpose, and I ought to do it, I have to do it, it is my mandate. So how then do you stay true to that, to your calling, and then also deriving your strength, or yes, your strength coming from God or stemming from God? Yeah, I think it's actually about means. Amen.
Amen. Amen.
Is it all captions now? Okay, can we move on to the next one? Uskawina, ke tla go latela ditsela. I can't look over that place.
Dumelang khat. Okay, now potso ya ke gore, is it possible gore o ka ruta motho go bala di-dreams tsa gagwe, or is it that gore only batho ba ba nang le pono ke bone ba kgonang go bala ditoro, or nna hela ne ke le kabelane la ke sena pono e ke kgona go bala ditoro tsaka? And then le gore ha o ruta motho, like how o ruta motho, is it that o mo tsenya through di-class tse wena o di tsamileng, or go na le dikgwananyana tse o ka di tsamayang? And then my other question ke gore, I didn't re rapela modimo, and then gape re dumela mo badimo. So how do you connect modimo wa gago le badimo ba gago, or like re bala yang sentle?
Ke rata le gore re na le mme wana mama already said go na le question e nngwe, or le batla go utlwa pele gore ba go baraba yang? Good, so ke a itse nna ke tla tla go
Ke a leboga. Like this topic is so relevant because the relevant people are here. Matu down. Banabarna, like we had this thing with Tiger Cliff last year. 20 abone gore a goa o one goa batho botlhe. So I love this topic. I thought they would ask questions. Bancholola. Because re biditse go mobere go gote bana ba tlhakatlhakana. Ha o sheba o mongwe o gogela kwa o mongwe o gogela kwa gore ha goa o mongwe goa o mongwe. That spirit was there, and then re bona re batsadi ne dilo tse di a direga. So nna ke ratile this thing ya gore re rata go hotspotana ne, re rata go practice dilo tse re di balang go di Facebook le di TikTok. Bana ba rona, they are so fortunate they are here. O se ba dira go leboga le rona re le batsadi ra leboga, re lebogela gore re na le batho ba tlong gore ha tlhosale ba re bula matlho, ba re bolela nnete gore modimo teng le badimo ba teng. And then ba tshwantse ba tepe inside them to check gore amme a ke le sangoma or ke batla go nanga ka dilo tse ha o di batle ha ile tsa gago di tlatsa. The calling, the speaker said the calling, if it's your calling, it will keep on calling regardless the situation gore o kae ga o kae. So ha ke batle bo yes mama, re batla gore this thing, information eba e kry-a ba e dirise sentle le bone ba dire self introspection, ba ikutlwe ba ipatlisise gore a ba utlwa dilo tse di siameng,
ga gona ope gore modimo gayo ga gona ope o ganetsang gore dingaka ditera itse re tshela le bone ga re tshwanele go bona ngaka gompieno mo di teng go dinedi do go matlong a rona go re robalang teng go dikerekeng tse re di tsenang gongwe le gongwe re tsamayang teng le ga tse lotlhe lefetse ka dilo tseo mare it's up to you to choose gore wena ga o eme o ikutlwa o le yang e seng gore manki o ntse jang le nna ke tla nna jang ke a leboga.
I'm sorry.
Not born. Ne? Yeah.
Oh, yeah, he dreams.
Password.
Yes, just answer this 3-1 and then we will take another round.
Ke buile gape modimo o rile a re sengwe le sengwe se se mo lehatsheng ke sa me le tsotlhe tse di mo go tsone. And like I said, God has a solution for everything. We've seen kids go tongwana o etse phogwana bele mo tabogisa le mo isa dipetlele ba paleng. That's where ungena thi.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ke be ke tsosa ngwana ka ditso mmu because we are children of the soil. Right? So I Onalena said, how do I believe that my purpose, okay, it's my purpose, right? That's number one. Remember, I did not want to be a healer at first because I felt like, oh my gosh, it's not cool, and why would I want to be somebody who because of what we are told, it's not godly, and. But now my other question is, like, why would God put me more hasing la gagwe? So going back to gape bana modimo na le solution a sengwe le sengwe seo sa kgoneng go se healer with medical rona re teng medung sa bend the floor because ona itse gore go tlo go nna le di challenges tse di palelwang batho ba gagwe. So how did I know that this is my purpose? I asked God to say, God, I want to see your power, right? And if really this is what you say I should be doing, I don't think anyone can give me that. Where did I hear it from? I'm able to give you a consultation and tell you things true. Where did I get that from? You understand? Because also, there's a Bible verse here, Yahamalachi, verse 4, Malachi chapter 1, verse 6, which states that, and he will return the hearts of fathers to their children, and the hearts of children to their fathers, lest I come and strike the earth with a curse. This verse now speaks of reconciliation and healing of relationships, specifically between fathers and children. Spirituality is very sensitive, you know. I need to be able to navigate it because we are all open to believe in what we believe in. And I'm not here to say, oh no, you need to leave church and start believing in what I believe in. I respect everybody and I'm very open-minded about everything. So that decision, okay, this is the route that I'm going to take. You understand? So that is when I realized that actually this is my purpose. Because I could do things because I'm not like the next person. You can read different. You find in charismatic churches. That's why you need to know where you have to be and where to use your gift and how to use it. That is the most important thing ever. Because of and then another thing, okay, you spoke about the mental health part of things. you have to have a thick skin. But not only as a healer, everyone needs to understand how you get hey, Kaone, we, you know, I will be able to say this is who I am. And if you accept your flaws, nobody can use them against you. If you accept your reality, it's easy to navigate your life. I mean, I'm a media practitioner by profession. I'm a radio presenter, and I'm stuck right now currently.
Yes, sir.
It's not stopping me from being anything. I've told myself that I'm going to be anything and everything that I've told myself that I'm going to be, and I'm coming for everything that they said I will not get. So Linna, Modimo is everywhere, but we see him in different ways, and I respect that, and I find that as beautiful because that meant ZCC. That does not mean that they're evil. So I hope I answered that. So the moment you accept yourself, mental health will be free from a lot of things, because what you think of me, it takes one to know one. So how so we need to really respect people, and it does not really go for only so that somebody cannot come and tell you who you are. So now I can't change. I don't even want to change anything about myself. I really love myself and everything that I am and what I represent, because I feel like God will not have pulled me this far if what I was doing was bad, and bad things would be happening to me because so I hope I answered the question. And then the second question was that, is it possible to read dreams when you are not called? Like I said, you know, they are different. And that's your gift. Nobody has to teach you. Number 36, number 40. That's what makes the world beautiful. We are all beautiful, we are all gifted in different ways. That is why I'm a self-taught makeup artist. Now you have to use it. You understand? So I can't teach you how to do that. That is why when I'm a Gobela, I do not give you bungaka. I activate what is already inside of you. That is why but who? You're not just going to decide. God knew so he knew, and we question a lot of things. But life is beautiful because life is a journey. That one. Somebody said, how do you as ancestors different as Africans, I could not run away from it. I carry people that ask to not be forgotten. So it's a thing that still needs to live on. Even after I lay down or there's somebody that has to be given this gift. And remix is a problem. With Aromet, it's really unbelievable. Because then you want to extend it. That is why even when I teach my initiates, work on it, master it, and that's that. Or the next person can do 5 things, when stick to your 2. Work on what you are given. We acknowledge Badi. Some people are stuck. Why? Badimu ke batho ba ileng gore ke khale re na le di family tree gore re tsogile eng o khona go gola in a family where for 10 years or 20 years there's never been a sign of a healer. and then the family is wiped out, and then there's new ones coming up. Because and how would you have a dipotso tse leng gore ha gona le motho o itseng dio tsa lona tsa lalapa la lona wa duma bana gore ene ke nnete koko na dula mo setilong se se iranyana koko na dira yang. How do you know that if it's not God? Modimo wa makatsa ka nnete. You understand? Why do we believe we pray to God but acknowledge our ancestors and appease our ancestors? So a lot of us, some of us are very stagnant in life because you come from a family you're not killing anyone, you're not hurting anyone. This is your way of giving back, to say that's how you go forward with life. Some of you are stagnant because of community, we move on. But I'm not saying different strokes for different folks. All I'm just saying, stick to what works for you, but do not lose yourself in the process of trying to impress your current self because you are inside Western culture. You are westernized. Why are Badimo rising now more than ever is because
underground gang.
So a lot of things because how did we live? So no yana kante motho wa modimo go tsogile kokomane sala go itlhopetse gore o ngwana ke hela ha tsoga hela re 16 hela re bula matlhela ke a lenda. Why understand? Now the more you drag that, the more your life is a mess, unfortunately. I hope I was able to answer everyone. Emma.
To follow up, what is it? It's a question.
It's a question, but to follow up, yeah, what can you say?
Oh, I just want us to wrap this one up and then go to open another round. Okay. And then I'm noting you. I'm a bit what's going on. I'm saying, remember I said we took 3 hands and then we closed that one. Locally satisfied again. And then finally addition.
Can I also add?
There's an addition.
Okay. Now you understand how to you are healing future generations, and curses. And sometimes it's not like you have to go and be a gobela or trade. Sometimes you just need and move on because anyway now we're not on a choice. So even Isaiah 58 verse 12 says, your people will rebuild the ancient ruins and will rise up at age. Your people will rebuild the ancient ruins and will rise up the age-old foundations. You will be called a repairer of broken walls, restorer of streets and dwellings. Now this one speaks directly to being called to restore what was broken across generations, deeply connected to healing ancestral lines.
Got an addition here by
I told Kali yesterday that I work a lot with energy, and that is why because I'm able to read the room. I'm an empath happy because of when the space is not conducive. And I remember the first time Rafu Katedi photograph, I looked at you and when we sat down, I asked you to sit next to you, like sure. And I was like, you've got this warm energy. And that drew me to you, and it really proves to me that I was not wrong about you. Right? I think we go through a lot, remade, and with what Mama has said, it's been an eye-opener to me as well, and honestly, yeah, and we go through so much as young women that I grew up in a background whereby my parents were leaders of the church, divorce and all of that. A lot of things happened in my life. And I said to her that I could relate to her. Trust me, every day I'm fighting for my life to not be anxious. But that does not make me weak. I'm not even going to not be somebody's role model because and it's because of what happened to us, the things that we went through. People have coddled behaviors in sharp. We've had family members that are rape apologists. You tell Moholo, this is what I experienced, and Moholo and you're just like, what is that? And these are part of the things, some of the things we couldn't talk about to our parents because when we why would that happen to you? There came a time where I hate men because of the sexual violations that we go through, be it small or big. It does not even have to get to penetration. When you say I'm not comfortable, somebody needs to hear that and understand that. And for a very long time, it's crazy how things really work out because honestly, being here, I relate to each and every one who was a speaker here, and
today I met Kaone Nkosi. Okay. Yeah. So when you get in the Instagram, he wants you to say, I met pretty boss lady.
So it means I speak all languages. Also, Soweto, you must be knowing all languages. But of course, the dominant one is Zulu. So that's why I'm also Vilagazi. Guys, I'm standing here honestly by God's grace, because it's only grace that I can give honor to, because God has really kept my life. And I will tell you to be in contact with our inner child. Because that's where the programming is seated. And maybe you might be asking yourself, but how do I do that? So the first thing that you need to do is you need to start acknowledging your wounds. You need to go back and see those wounds. You need to go back and name the wounds. Where was I wounded? Was it at home when my father used to shout me all the time, even when I tried to explain something? Was it at home when my mom used to compare with my other siblings? Was it at school when the teacher used to say I am dumb and stupid? Was it with my friends when they excluded me? You need to go back and identify. Because you cannot fix where you are going without fixing where you are coming from. And once you identify, you need to be kind to yourself. Because you were just a child who didn't know anything. You trusted the elders. You trusted those who were in authority. But now that you are in a better developed stage, you can be able to go back and fix it. So self-love becomes the second thing. You need to come back to yourself and say the words that were never said to you. If all you desire is I love you, start saying I love you to yourself. If all you needed was just a hug, start to hold yourself and just hug yourself and say, Portia, I love you. If all you needed was a pair of a dress, if you can afford it now, that's why we've dressed this beautifully. Because when we were growing up, even now as you are growing up, there are things you are asking for but you are not receiving. So if you are in your later stage of life, go back and dress yourself the way you would have desired. And not that because our parents didn't love us, but they did only what they could. So go back and give yourself that self-love and say, what is it that I need right now that I couldn't receive? Most of the time as ladies, we end up into relationships that are toxic because we are seeking for validation and love. But validation and love needs to start with you. Before you can even start thinking of a man to marry you, you need to marry yourself first. You need to start now, take yourself out for a lunch. You need to buy yourself a bundle of flowers. You need to take yourself to a spa. And not be waiting for someone else outside yourself to come and take those things, do those things for you. Validation must come from within you. Marry yourself. And know when you do that, in his absence, you don't feel lonely and alone. But one of the reasons why we keep chasing, the reason why we feel we need to be part of dating as young girls, is because we want these boys to be saying, Umotle. We want these boys to be saying, can I buy you a gift? But if at home they give you 20 rand, take 10 rand and go and buy yourself what you want. Self-validate yourself, marry yourself first. Not marrying ourselves is one of the reasons why we succumb to a lot of abuse. Some of us. More especially in relationships. Sometimes even when you see that, but this person was older. But you hold on because you are afraid if you let go, what's going to happen to you? Why? Because there's no overflow. Young girls, they need to know, you girls need to know that it's okay to wait. And you know why waiting is important? I spoke about the power of the subconscious mind. Every action that we are doing, the subconscious mind is writing it down. It's capturing, it becomes part of your storage. Later on in life, when now you are ready and you want the right man, you don't find. Why? Because you've been moved from one man to another man and to another man at a young age. That is why waiting becomes important. Most of the people in marriages, they are struggling because they couldn't wait when they are young and now they are suffering the consequences. So, marrying yourself is power. When you marry yourself, you won't be bothered. One of the things, even in my counseling work, I experience is, more especially with couples, this thing of the phone. You know, a husband busy with the phone of the wife and the wife busy with the phone. You know where is that coming from? Insecurities, lack of trust, and because you didn't marry yourself. If you've married yourself first, you know correct. I'm not bothered by this other phone because it's not mine. And you get to understand that if a person does something which is outside the commitment of marriage, they are actually killing their own self, not you. I normally used to ask my clients in mental health, if a woman comes and say, my man hasn't been sleeping at home for 3 days or for a week, right? And then I will ask them at the end, now, who is in hospital? Is it the man or is it you? And it's me. Get why? Because the behavior doesn't belong to you. The behavior belongs to the husband. Why is it you now in mental health? Why are you taking up the behavior of someone that is not your behavior? Because the person who's sick is the one who's not here. But when you are here, yet you are not the person who did the behavior. You know why? It's because we allow the experiences that are happening outside ourselves to go and pass the conscious go straight into the subconscious mind.
Oh, dear, man.
And the reason why they will affect us is because they will find a resonance.
Yeah.
It means when this experience happens, it starts to remind you of another experience. And then it starts to evoke the feeling.
Guilty.
And then you start to feel guilty and you start to get sick. 21 days you are sleeping in bed in medication. The man is enjoying himself wherever he is. I usually say to women, come on, take ownership.
Yes.
This is your life and uphila kaiwan.
Ay, man, uphila kaiwan.
If you've married yourself, you will be so content even in the absence of a person. Because at the end of the day, guys, even if we can be married, but we are individuals.
Hey. Modimo moholo.
It's the same with friends. If your friend does something to you, you are so wounded. You are so wounded that you've even forgotten your name.
Hey.
Can't you have a choice to say, do I accept this experience or do I reject? Only that button and that power. It's within you.
Aye, man.
But the problem with us is that we focus on the things we see, we touch, we hear. You hear a little gossip about you. It affects the rest of your life, the rest of your day.
Hey.
But if you have these higher capabilities, your will, your reasoning, and say, no, but I know this is not true. This is not who I am. So why should I let it get into me?
Aye, aye.
But if you are not having these faculties that are higher, your will, your intuition, your power, your reasoning, all the time you will be controlled by the five senses. How about driver when also driving? You'll be hit by depression because you are thinking there's something wrong with you.
Yeah.
Can't you do not understand that there is time for everything?
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, life is not only about materialistic things.
Yeah.
You as a person, you are a value. A powerful value. You know, my husband always loved to say to me, you know, even the money that I took out Yamahadi for you doesn't equal the value that you have.
Aye.
Even if I'm going to Mahadi are $1 million, there is no amount of paper that can amount to you. But you can only stay in that space if you know who you are.
I'm a changed woman.
Let me finish with the childhood things that you only if I went to Curo, only if my parents were working, only if I had that beautiful dress, only if I had a husband like Miss Portia, only if I drove the car like. You need to start reparenting yourself now.
If I had an iPhone.
And say, I'm going to do the things that I can do now for myself. Do you know that waking up every morning and sit on a bathtub for 30 minutes is you reparenting yourself? Because Ronaldo Khoteko Skolong Bautapisa fast half body. Bar sleep. Right? Bar go to school. But if you take 30 minutes in a bath, who can take those bath salt?
Bath bombs.
The red roses. Hey, my goodness. It's very classy how more.
Amen. Amen.
You need to affirm yourself, girl.
Yeah.
You need to reparent yourself. The words that you've desired from your mom, say them to yourself. The words that you wanted your father to say to you, say them now to yourself. Because you know why? Now you are older. You can see the difference.
Take your power back.
And wiser. So when you were still young, when they were not saying they love you, it's okay, you were young, you didn't understand. But now that you can go back and see that my trauma, my wound is here, I needed to be told I'm loved, and they didn't. Now I'm doing it. You also need to know your triggers. Know thyself. Know what are the things that triggers you so that you can avoid them. When you know that there are places when you go, you come back, don't go. If you know that there are friends, when you are in their space, you get irritable. Leave those friends. Simple as that. Again, now you are guarding your inner child. If you know that there are things that you do and they'll just
loss.
In that way, we can have less and less of people going to mental health hospital. I don't know as I'm speaking now, what are your traumas? But you need to go and face them. I know some of my patients will say, the psychiatrist gave me medication and I don't want to drink it because it gets a zombie. Because when you are given medication for depression or anxiety, it's so that it can help to balance the chemicals, right, in your brain. But the reason why there's chemical imbalance is because of these everyday experiences. Because it means your thought, overwork. When it needs to fire certain chemicals, it fires them because you are overthinking. So you need to start guarding your thoughts. I really love to talk about thoughts a lot because I know that's where life is. Life is mental. That is why, guys, have you noticed most of the names they are given government. They are governing us mentally. If they want to frustrate us and cause anxiety, they show us all the news that are negative on TV. That is why in my home we don't watch TV. Yes. That is why they create all these soapies that encourages conflict.
That makes us anxious.
I remember recently there was Igugitila. Suddenly, families started to fight over houses, which was not there before. Before we know that when life hits you hard, you come back home. Mara suddenly, boda khadi bakala ake hakamu. Ake wena o nyetse o tsamaile. Ha o sa khutla mo.
Rosalie.
Uyajola 99.
Hey.
Started to be a mess because
I'm with your ex.
That's TV for you. Yeah. And my question is that what you want for your mental health? No. What's happening right now with your bed? What do you think is happening to your mind?
A lot. It's a lot.
And the last question is on TV. Even if you can see that Cat has done this or Man has done this, well, now what are you going to do about it? Well, now what are you going to do about it? Because everything we watch, we get emotionally involved with it. Have you noticed when you're watching a movie that has sadness, what happens to you?
I cry.
You become sad. When you're watching comedy, what do you do?
Hi, man.
You know why? It's because they know they will capture us here.
Mentally. It starts in the mind.
You know why?
It's an eye opener.
It's an eye opener. TV doesn't want eye openers. TV wants things that
Propaganda.
So and that's where you will see the replica of the same. Because as we watch, we are becoming.
Yes.
What's happening with me? Why is it changing? Why is it like it's because you are consuming the way you were programmed.
What happened to you?
What happened to you when you were young? There are other people and some of us who grew up and we were told, you are dumb. You are not beautiful. You are not smart. As you grow, that programming is in your storage. And everywhere you go, you attract the same. From the wrong source. Consuming from the wrong source. The last one. Do the things that you used to love doing when you were a child before you were wounded. If you love to play, go back and play.
Yay!
I've heard people say that. Yes, I'm dancing. And go play. Remember you wanted to play. Never ring. We move. You're not going anywhere. How attend the bicycle? I went to more. And then, do you know what that did to us? It makes us to be fearful. We don't want to take risks. We don't want to try new things because we were taught we need not to touch everything. So go and do the things that you used to love doing as a child. And by you doing that, you will be restoring yourself back to the original you that God had internally wanted you to be. When you see me standing like here, I shared my story by default. But the story I shared with you has nothing to do with my identity.
Yes.
I know in the past I used to be afraid of sharing my story because I was told if you're busy sharing the story, you won't be near me because they'll be thinking But look at God. The opposite happened. Because I was able to make the difference to say this is not my identity.
Sure.
It doesn't define me. And now I am married to a very wonderful man in my life who doesn't even recognize that story. So guys, mental health is real, but what makes it more real is you taking ownership of your own.
Take back your power.
Your power. Go and fetch that girl back. Go and fetch her and say, baby girl, we are going now. And you need to go and talk to her and say, we are safe now. It's no longer threatening like before. Now it's safe. Now I'm going to make sure that you are safe. Let me end here.
Sure.
It's crazy how things really work out because honestly, being here, I relate to each and every one who was a speaker here and we know that the color green is a color of mental, it's about growth, it's about, wealth. So Mama's story shows that nothing happens for a reason and really nothing just happens. Everything happens for a reason. And we are not what happened to us. You need to believe that because many a times you'd be only a single parent, and you have your own idea of how you would wish your dad would have turned out to be like or treat you, and then you end up attracting the same person. And then you ask yourself, what I've told myself that I'd never want to be with a man like this, yet you are stuck with one. And it's the power of attraction. I don't know if some of us has read The Secret. It's a very powerful book. And the moment I realized that I was also scarred is because when Mama did mention that when you're depressed, you start not doing the things that really brought you joy. I loved reading and it stopped. In 2017, I was doing my final year as a media student, and I broke down because of a lot of things that were happening in my life at that time. I wanted to commit suicide. It was a failed attempt, and that is when I was diagnosed. A lot of things I was not able to talk to my parents about because you feel like you are blamed for what happened to you. Sometimes when I feel like, what kind of a person am I, and why did I deserve to go through that? And you spend your whole life deflecting and blaming yourself for the challenges and the things that you've gone through. I think half of the time when Mama was speaking, I was in tears, and I could feel myself shaking. And already, when you're living with anxiety and you're learning more about it, there's a time when you just can't, and you start getting panic attacks, you're being judged. We have friends that laugh kamatataro now, we have friends that judge us for who we are. Mental health is very, very important, and I'm a very big advocate for that because people don't want to get the help that they need to get. It's not that. Honestly, we've been through a lot, we've seen a lot. And I just want to thank Uskali once again to say, because I'm healed. I think I'm a different person from this, and I'm going to take my power back because in so many ways, we shy away from dealing with the real person. We lie to ourselves because it feels good. You do not want to face your demons, and when you don't face your demons, you're not going anywhere. We attract the same toxic friends, toxic relationships, but when we check where did this start? And I think everybody has homework to go back and reflect, because sometimes we are wounded because of our parents. Sometimes because of the things we saw and we were not able to speak. You spoke so I think as Africans, so I really think we really need to take mental health seriously because many of us are and we are not aware. And I don't know, Mama, thank you so much for that. And I just wanted to say, honestly, you are not alone. And yeah, that is just my input.
That person, because can I do this?
Hi, we understand.
All this legal guidance, like without faith, like you cannot really achieve much. My life of faith, her speech had faith in it. Miss Portia, her speech had faith in it. Miss Nelly no So like to each and every one of you, thank you so much. And I have a little something for you.
Oh. This is our something.
Hi, Bo.
Oh, it has names. This one goes to Malifa.
Hi, Bo. Hi, Bo. Hi, Bo. Hi, Bo. Hi, Bo. Yes. Oh man, beautiful team. Hi, yes.
And then the next one.
Maleto.
Let's journey herself. Thank you for taking this journey with me. Thank you so much.
Definitely.
And then the next one. Kaone. Thank you for taking this journey with me. And then this one, it goes to Miss Portia. And then our
Miss Toti, thank you so much, Mama.
Let's fall in love again. Take it back to where it all began. Let's fall in love again till the end. Let's fall in love again. Take it back to where it all began. Let's fall in love again. Taking it one day at a time.
Send her a message and I just say I even canceled the gig to come. Okay. So I noticed when this is Kaone Nkosi, my favorite person. Yeah.
Okay.
So I must get a promotion.
Promotion.
Like a promotion is something like when you want to gain something recognition.
Okay. Yeah.
Yes. And be famous like you.
Oh, you should get famous. So what are you going to do?
You're gonna be pregnant.
Okay.
I feel like business are overwhelming in terms of like social media wise. Once you take someone like her, your social media blows up because people want to see who
she's connected to.
What I get it. You've got my numbers.
Okay.
So we're not on checker.
Yeah.
Video call anytime, any soon.
How can I say it?
Sana, I'm just amazed.
Okay.
So I must get a promotion from you and like.
What do you mean you want a promotion? Actually, explain.
I wanted to go with her to go with gigs.
You want to go with her
and
the
gain
gigs?
that confidence.
I know you canceled the gig to be here.
I love her so much. I'm such a fan of her. I don't know if you saw her, the girl with the over green dress.
No.
She was like, I love her so much. I'm such a fan.
Really?
Oh, I saw a picture.
Oh, man.